That wagon has to be out of here before his lordship returns.
So, I went to see my brother.
And?
To talk about the inheritance.
But your father's still alive.
Aye, but he drools all over himself. And he gets this feeling that his time's nearly up.
Does he get it off?
Nearly all the time.
It's a lot better here in Tuscany. I wasn't talking about that. The bride's always better.
I'd rather die.
I've been at weddings where that wasn't the case, unfortunately. But I heard it ended in a brawl.
Aye. Some idiots had a punch-up. It's practically a tradition, you know?
A pretty stupid tradition. The poor newlyweds. It's supposed to be a celebration.
Why wouldn't they when it's true? It'll be bad, I tell you.
No, seems to me it's always the same. Bad.
Well, it'll be even worse. Look, there's a rabble running rampant over the countryside. They even catch up that
No, he didn't. I expect only old Samin was a bit peeved, since he couldn't show off to him.
Oi, Wojtek. Could you stop gabbing and come and help?
Can't you see I'm talking to someone?
I ain't seen you here. Are you new and all? Well, I'm Magda.
I'm Henry.
It's great to have some new lads here.
Oh, aye. Henry, how about you bugger off? I wouldn't want a repeat of our last disagreement.
It'd end up differently this time.
Are you also helping Wojtek's uncle?
Sure. Me and Wojtek are helping his uncle. And I'm sure Wojtek's uncle would rather he stopped gabbing and gave me a hand.
I wouldn't want to keep you lads from your work. Take care then.
Thanks a lot. Are you on some kind of mission to ruin my fucking life?
You should thank me for not saying what you're really doing here. And now come and give me a hand.
That's just great.
How are your knees? Feeling better?
Oh, yes. That ointment of yours is a gift from heaven. Now they only ache when there's a storm coming.
That's handy, isn't it? At least you know when to round up the cattle and gather in the hay.
Aye. When I'm old and infirm, folks will come to me for the weather forecast.
I heard about this fella who always got heartburn just before it snowed. You could team up.
All we need is a bloke who can't get it up when
Nothing escapes my eye, and Ulrich knows that. So he sometimes invites me for a chat about what's going on.
Call it what you like. Nobody likes snitches, nor brown noses neither. I see him climbing up there.
I suppose he likes to enjoy the view. Greetings, friends.
Good day.
Did you hear about what happened at the big wheel? At the mill? Yeah. The place by Gerovka stream. What then? Has the water sprite been up to his mischief again? You could say that. They found a dead body stuck in the wheel on Sunday. You're kidding. Who was it? Some vagabond. God knows.
That's that. I finished hauling the sacks. What now?
How should I know? They told me to think up some job for you, so you wouldn't be idle. So if you want to pass the time, go ahead, but do it sensibly.
Well, if you really don't have anything for me, I'll just idle around then.
That'd suit you, eh? None of that. Only, what to do with you? I've only got work in the forge, and that's a craft. An art, you could say.
So, I don't know. I suppose I'll go and see what I can find to do.
You can go down to the lower gate. Calder's building a gallows there. You can see if the fool is doing it properly.
I've already been there.
So you'll find it easily then. If you're done hauling, get over.
Okay. Greetings to you, friend.
How are things at home? Calmed down a bit?
Aye, the celebration is over and done with. Everything's going well. See, that's what bothers me. That it ain't like this all the time. I'm sorry.
You sure ain't easy to please.
Aye. I get a bad feeling when nothing's going wrong. Don't our learned physicians have a name for it? I believe it's
Damnation.
And that is not too sweet like the last time.
And how much is their elderberry?
If you've got nothing to do, go to the blacksmith for a job.
Are you sure there won't be trouble from it?
Don't worry, mate.
But daughter said dying was a craft and having
How did it go? I went to see him, but he threw me out. But it was just a simple misunderstanding. Bollocks, no misunderstanding.
Who wouldn't notice her, eh?
True. It's a long haul from them. This property belongs to someone else. You won't find any mushrooms growing here.
Maybe because I don't think he'll be able to solve my problem. Heartfelt prayer. Sweet entire masses. I really don't know.
Same to you. How's life? Treating you?
Not too bad. But I've got so much to do. I'd have to split myself in two to get it all done on time.
Why don't you take on a young apprentice to help you out?
Sure. Where could I find a decent apprentice?
Are you looking for something?
The second toll for Hans.
I need someone who's capable and has a good head on his shoulders. And most importantly, doesn't drink.
You're no saint yourself. Keep an eye on that, and you'll even have someone to carry you home.
Hey, you're not allowed here.
Hey,
One's
come on
correct.
then.
Nightcrawler.
You again? What do you want?
Well, I could maybe help you in the forge. I'm a blacksmith too.
You could have said that at the start. Are you really in the trade?
My pa was a blacksmith. A respected one.
Then you might actually be some use to me. At least I wouldn't have to work my fingers to the bone all the time. I'll tell you what. Go to the forge. The fire's gone cold. I haven't had much time for, well, the trade. So fire it up and make some horseshoes for Kabat. He's our groom. Always bothering me that you don't have shoes for the horses. And there's only one nag stabled here now that his lordship's away with his men.
Well, the thing is, I've never forged horseshoes.
A blacksmith's son and you never made horseshoes? Well, whatever. You'll manage somehow.
All right. How many should I make?
How many legs does a horse have?
Well, it depends. Usually 4, but once there was a 3-legged foal born in our village.
All right. You're a fool, but maybe you're a handy one. So go and make one horseshoe for the groom, all right?
But a horse has 4.
Aye, but Kabat's missing just one, and I ain't going to waste more on him.
1. All right.
You'll find everything you need in the trunk in the forge. It's there, past the gate. I've even got some sketches there. They could help you since you've still got things to learn.
All right. But I was told not to go there.
And now I'm telling you to go. And when it's done, bring it to me to check so you don't make me look bad. Off you go. Lads!
Other afflictions of sickness.
Always,
They are not
he
alone.
loiters around here all day, and when
But
you
that
need him,
Christ is
he
forever
vanishes
by
like
their
the wind.
side.
You're not permitted to be here. Give up!
The third toll. I better get moving.
Hey, you've no business here. Are you looking to steal something?
Hey! You almost hit me!
Pardon me for disturbing you, miss.
If you want to pray, go somewhere else. The chapel is closed. Unless you're a priest. Which I presume you're not.
No, I'm not. My name is Henry.
I'm Adela, Thomas's sister. What is it you want, Henry?
I need to talk to your brother.
No chance of that. He's been lying in a fever for 3 days. And the surgeon is away with Sir Otto. Unless he returns soon, Thomas won't be talking to anyone ever again.
Oh, Christ. But this is a matter of life and death. Thomas is the only one who can testify to what happened.
Yes! It's a matter of life and death for my brother. I want him to rest. Besides which, he's delirious and can't tell you anything.
Maybe I could help somehow?
The only one who can help now is the priest. And I don't want to sound gloomy, but all he can do is pray too. Just the same as me.
Where's the physician?
He's with Lord von Berghoff. When Thomas started to get feverish, he left some concoction for him. He was only meant to be gone for a while. But it seems they got stuck somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, the concoction ran out, and we don't have any other physician here.
I actually know a bit about medicine.
Really? You don't really look the part.
All you have to do is tell me what's in it.
If I knew that, I'd have brewed it myself. Not even our surgeon knows. He does everything according to his books. He uses some medical manuscript, whether he's treating people or livestock.
And where is this book?
How should I know? Probably in his chambers, in the Crone.
I'll have a look there then.
But no one is allowed there.
I'll figure it out somehow.
Why do you want to help us?
As I said, I need to talk to Thomas.
That's all.
You've no idea how much. If he ended up in hell, I'd have to go there after him. I made a promise.
To who?
Well, to a certain poacher.
What?
Never mind. The main thing is, I'll help you.
Yes, you're right.
I'll get going then. I don't have much time, and neither does Thomas.
Go. And thank you.
Quick. Over there.
Don't worry. You'll be fine.
So here.
Huh? This place is off limits to you. Enough! We'll do this the hard way then. Ah!
Don't think I won't cut you.
The fourth bell. Ah, damn. The bell's ringing for hands the 5th time.
Gotcha, fella.
Surrender!
You? What in God's name are you doing here?
I need help.
Who doesn't? I still have to clean out all the fireplaces in the Crown. Do you know how many there are?
I don't know or care. I have to find medicine for Captain Thomas. Otherwise he'll die and my friend will be executed.
Thomas? I brought water to him in the tower. And I can tell you he is beyond help. That poor sister of his.
Well, you look like you know your way around here. Maybe you can help me.
Why should I?
Because we're birds of a feather.
How do you mean?
Well, let's just say we both go where we shouldn't be going and take things that don't belong to us.
Oh, really? You must be mixing me up with someone. I just clean up here. And you don't look like someone who knows much.
Really? Didn't you lose a comb by any chance?
What? How did you...
How? I know a thing or two. So, do you believe me?
That was pretty good, I have to admit. And now give it back to me.
As you wish. And now I'm sure you'll be very happy to help me.
All right. If it's medicine you're after, the surgeon has a store across the corridor. There's all sorts of junk there, but There's one chest where he puts stuff that he hasn't used up. He locks it carefully, but you might get lucky.
And what if there's nothing interesting for me in there?
Then tough luck. But you can go and have a look at his records. That crackpot writes down everything he does. Maybe he gave someone something that might be of interest to you.
All right. Thanks.
And now get out of my way. Simple maid like me has lots of work to do in this castle.
The 6th bell. Half the time is up. 6th bell. Half the time is up.
God, why?
Eh? Enough! We'll do this the hard way then.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
It will have to be diluted. His fever is getting worse. If this doesn't work, I don't think he'll last long.
You all to be vigilant. These days we have all sorts of vagabonds, drifters, outlaws and bandits roaming the country. And we have one of those vermin here today. A fella called Hans, who is clearly not right in the head. A dangerous madman, a brawler, and a thug, the worst of all, a poacher. And so, for the damages he caused to our dear Lord Otto von Berghoff, he is sentenced to be hanged by the neck until dead!
You can't execute this man. He's a noble. Captain Thomas here will testify that we're messengers from Ratoi.
What is this nonsense, for Christ's sake?
It's true. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein.
Deal with it, for God's sake!
But sir, the captain!
Captain Thomas has a fever. He's clearly delirious. Seize them immediately.
You can't do this! I'm a nobleman, you hear? A noble! Get your hands off me! You can't do this!
Open the gates!
My lord.
What the hell is going on?
It was just a... It's a hanging.
You can't hang him. He's a noble. That's for me to judge. Take him down! And for Christ's sake, help me off this horse!
You may enter. His lordship is expecting you.
So, you're messengers from Ratai, huh? I was wondering when someone would turn up. All right, then. Let's hear it.
My respects, Sir Otto. I am Sir Hans Capon of Perkstein, and this is Henry of Skalitz, my escort.
Welcome to Trotsky, gentlemen. I'd greet you standing up as befits, but I'm glad I can even sit at the moment.
I heard you were ambushed by outlaws.
You heard right. Those bastards did a job on me. And I got out luckier than most. Almost all the others were killed, including my page and my surgeon. So there is no one here to heal me, and I will have to inform poor Albert's father that his son died in my service.
I hope your health will soon be restored, sir.
We shall see. But now, you tell me what happened here in Herrgottsnamen. Why did my chamberlain try to hang you, Lord Capon?
In truth, the welcome we got from your Master Chamberlain was somewhat... how shall I put it?
Sir, we came to your castle in a state of desperation. Your Chamberlain had the guards empty excrement on my lord's head and beat him without hearing us out. You were still at the castle then, and if he'd let us see you, maybe you wouldn't have left and wouldn't have been ambushed. And if that wasn't enough, When he had Sir Hans arrested, he refused to believe who he was, even though not only I told him, but your Captain Thomas too.
I must say you have courage, youngster. But I expect I would also be in such a foul mood if the same had happened to me.
Sir!
Best be quiet, Ulrich. We will talk about that another time. And I apologize to you for that unpleasantness. At least it ended better than it might have. Anyway, let us leave this misunderstanding aside and get to the point. As far as I'm aware, Ratai showed no interest in negotiations before, either with me or with the League of Lords.
True. Our houses have thus far stood on opposite sides.
I should say so. Attacking Brno and Jihlava together with that renegade Sokol of Lemberg hardly inspired our sympathy.
Some attack towns, others prefer to abduct the king and intimidate him.
Wenzel der Faule, a lazy, incompetent king who neither wants to rule nor to surrender the privileges the throne provides. But let us leave that aside. Tell me, what does Sir Hanush have on his mind? I am all ears.
Unfortunately, during the ambush, we lost the letter we were carrying, so you'll have to make do with my word of mouth.
All right. Go ahead and speak.
In brief, Sir Hanush, Sir Radzig, and other lords take the view that the situation has got out of control. And that's of no benefit to anyone in Bohemia, neither Wenceslas's supporters or the League of Lords. King Sigismund's actions will not lead to instilling greater order than under King Wenceslas. Quite the contrary.
Let us say that maybe. What arises from it?
Sir Hanush and the other lords on our side are interested in knowing what the stance of the League of Lords is at this moment, and whether they haven't perhaps reevaluated some things.
In other words, whether I might betray Sigismund.
If anyone's a traitor, it's Sigismund, Lord von Berghoff.
Henry!
That's all right, Lord Capon. Your escort speaks from the heart. I respect that. But the question of traitors is a more complex one. Is not a monarch who neglects his responsibilities to his realm more a traitor than one who wants to put it to rights? Or do you regard your Wenzel as a good king?
Well, King Wenceslas may not be perfect, but at least there was peace while he was on the throne.
That cannot be denied. Entirely. Nonetheless, Sir Hanush and Sir Radzig are right. There is disorder and anarchy in the land. Bandits riding roughshod all over. As we all know, to our cost.
We've had plenty of experience of that at home too, sir. Only a short time ago we had to deal with a similar band.
Then you will surely understand that before I begin debating who would be the better king, I must sweep my own doorstep. Only I'm damned if I know how to do that, since those bastards have wiped out half of my garrison, including my captain.
If I may be so bold, sir, you're not the only one. We also have a score to settle with them, so Henry and I will gladly help you.
Is that so? Now that is what I call the words of a knight, Sir Hans.
Right now, we've got a common enemy, so we have common interests too.
So then, sir, may we be of assistance to you?
Indeed you may. Perhaps in the end we may really find some common ground. I need to muster sufficient reserves to deal with those outlaws once and for all. I'm summoning my vassals here to Trotsky. And since I don't have many men left to send as messengers, I will gladly accept your help.
Just say the word, sir. Where should we go?
You'll go to Nebakov, a small castle, or rather a fortress among the cliffs. The omen there, Jaromir Nebak, is an old hardhat and may not be very willing to fulfill his obligations. It would be useful if an eloquent noble like yourself visited him to explain him clearly why I need his whole garrison.
What should we do if he's unwilling to heed what we say?
His house has always been loyal to mine, and it has always been more than worth their while. So tell him that I would like it to remain so. I do not expect any great obstacles, but it would be wise to show Sir Jaromir respect by sending him someone of status. He will take his time over being persuaded, and then concur, as he always has done.
I'll get to him somehow, sir.
I expect nothing less from you.
Is the route safe?
As I said, the fortress is in the wilderness amongst the cliffs. There are many places where outlaws may be hiding, so watch out.
Don't worry, sir. I have Henry here by my side for such situations.
Is that all, sir?
It's no simple task. Knowing Jaromir, if I sent a common messenger, he'd come back with a boot print on his backside. Dealing with the lower nobility can be tricky. They tend to be fixated on their own somewhat fragile status.
We'll take care of it, sir. Count on us.
All right. We'll head out as soon as possible. Let's not delay our diplomatic mission unnecessarily.
Very well. I think that is all for now. The Chamberlain will show you where you can put your heads down, and he will supply you with horses. And once we have resolved this little digression, we shall talk about your own mission.
Thank you, sir.
May I ask something, Sir Otto?
Oh. Ask away, young man.
When you were ambushed, did you see those bandits? Would you recognize any of them?
Henry, don't start with that again.
Why do you ask?
The thing is, when we were ambushed, I believe I saw among them one of the men we ran up against at home.
Oh. What did he look like? Do you know his name?
He's called Istvan Toth, a Hungarian noble. He wears black armor. A stocky fella, around 40.
I've already told you that's nonsense. How would he be here? You only saw him from a distance, from behind. You're imagining it.
And why does this Toth interest you, young man?
He was the leader of a band that made trouble for us in Sasau. And he has something that belongs to me.
Ah, interesting. Interesting. But I must disappoint you. I saw no one of that description.
Thank you, sir. And sorry. I had to ask.
I understand. And now I shall entrust you to the care of Uri here. And I shall look forward to the good tidings you bring me from Nebakov. Go with God, gentlemen.
Thank you for everything, sir. The Lord be with you.
There will be time enough yet for social niceties. Now there are more practical matters to deal with. Sir Otto has generously agreed to accommodate Lord Capon in one of his chambers. And you, Henry, shall also be accommodated, as befits your station. There, your equipment shall also be returned to you, and you'll find your horse in the stable. Nevertheless, his lordship takes the view that, as a noble's escort, you should have a befitting mount. And therefore he has kindly decided that you may take one of our horses, if you so wish. Gentlemen, follow me. So, Sir Hans, allow me to...
Hold on, sir.